Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Very warm welcome to our sessions today. The Luxury Days, elevating the success level of luxury brands event. I'm Didi Pitimon Brotian, your host for today, and I'm absolutely thrilled to take you through this exciting journey. From introductions, offline business solutions to an in-depth explorations of luxury industry landscape. And to initiate our sessions, please allow me to introduce and invite Kun Nimble Supawadi, our business consult, who is specialized in luxury industry. She will bring us with a concise yet profound information about the current movement of luxury industry in Line platform. Please welcome.
Good afternoon, my lovely guests. It's such a pleasure for me to welcome you all here today on our Luxury Day. I have some insight to sharing with you as a warm-up session for you guys for 5 minutes. As you might know, that Line Thailand had been launched our services in Thai for over 10 years and we can capture more than 54 million active users. And in terms of time spent, Line user has spent half of their time online platform, which is 90 minutes. In terms of age distribution, as you can see that users are spending time online and most of them using Line. So the population and the age distribution of Line user is quite the same as Thai's population, comparing to other platform that can capture at some age range. And you can see that the population or in terms of age distribution, Line user are in the age range about 20 to 29. And the peak hour of Thai user who interact with Line official account is on 8 to 12. I guess some of you checking your Line at the beginning of the day, right? And Gen Y is the most active group in terms of interact with the official account. Let's have a look deeper with on the luxury spending online. As you can see, I believe from this line will show you that only be strong on offline is not enough nowadays. Luxury industry has shifted their movement online. As you can see from the spending has been increased 89% on 2022 and increased 41% this year. In terms of number of Line official account, the number has increased consecutively over 20%, and number of average friends for official account has been increased more than 40%. In terms of luxury friends, you can see that the friends of luxury official account are mostly female at 71%. And the difference is you can see that most of them are in the age range of 30 to 39, followed by the 50 plus group. I believe you can find some potential customer from Line with the purchasing power in our platform. Take a look deeper on the rise of Line official account from 20 to 22 and to 2023. Number of official account has been increased 20% as I mentioned earlier. In terms of friends per account, the famous or the top brand has more than 500,000 friends per account and tend to go beyond a million and over a million this year or in the next quarter of the year. In terms of participation with user or followers, luxury brands using the broadcast messages, which you can see that the number of broadcasting message increased 155%, followed by the increase 11 times of in terms of API messages. To see on slide sponsor sticker, which is very famous in luxury industry, as you can see that on 2021, the sticker has been launched in terms of secret sticker. But nowadays, the public sticker has been famous and the number of sticker released from luxury brand has been increased 4 times on 2022 and 2 times on this coming year. As you can see, these are some examples from luxury brand includes watch and jewelry as well. Let's wrap my part with the light at spending online. As you can see that the contribution of luxury industry, it contribute about 4% overall comparing to overall industry. However, the famous objectives that line luxury brand has select is gain friends, followed by website visit and smart channel custom. Some of you might familiar with the smart channel reservation, right? But the smart channel custom is the one that allow you to target it audience. So this become the most famous one recently. So this is a wrap some warm up for my part, and let's have a look to another session to the another step of success with our luxury brand.
Let's move on to the next sessions. Lining up for success, navigating the customer journey of luxury industry, which will be led by Kru Oi Kanchari Samrirat, founder of Diginative. Please give her a warm welcome on stage.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good afternoon for today's session. So my session is sharing you the success of how utilize live platform to engage your customer as well as to convert to yourselves. So my experience working on the CRM and I helping many brand with building the platform. For example, like I'm the consultant partner with the Salesforce, which is one of the largest CRM platforms in the world. So I help many kind of like banks or insurance or many brands like building the relationship through the line. So I'm gonna share you how we're gonna use line for your business and how we're gonna use that to engage with luxury brands. It's the same frameworks, but anyway, during the panel we have a lot of success case to show you guys to have ideas of how to utilize it. So let's start it. So like why we have to do on the customer journey through live platform. I think this is the important thing that our customer have the evolutions and they change the expectation to the brands. Like we probably change from their first customer revolutions to the second to the third, and I think we are about on the fourth revolutions. What is the first one? The first one is probably going to be like 60, 70 years ago. And the product is more about focusing, selling product to the customer. And it's more like advertising, it's more kind of like pushing the message through the customer. But that is like 60 years ago, right? People kind of like get bored about that. But anyway, I think around like 20 years ago, I think people around my age, you're probably gonna be in this kind of like range of marketing and communication. We go for brands. I think luxury brands is one of the most important brands to do the marketing. And this is the era that we focus on the brand, we focus on like how we do advertising. And especially in this room, you're probably gonna experienced working time in the integrated marketing communications. My background working with OPV more than 15 years before I'm kind of like open my own company. During that time, we do IMC all the time. But unfortunately, when the digital and social media come, what we found out that is one key visual would not work anymore to communicate to your customer. So it changed to the third revolution, which is more content marketing. I think everyone right now in this room, you're probably working on this. You do a content, not only one key visual, you have to do varieties of content in all platform, right? You have to do in a Facebook, you do in Instagram, you probably have your own websites everywhere, and everywhere have a different kind of contents. And this is the era that is going to be end very soon because people still boring with the content that is try to sell the products. So right now, we are talking about the customer revolution in the 4.0. So this is like, we found that many customer, even us, especially the young generation, they don't want to see advertising anymore. So like I even been experienced yesterday. I went to lecture in the University of Chulalongkorn, and asking the undergrad students about like how they do their media consumptions. And they told me none of them like raising the hand about they watch the TV. No one raised the hand. It's like zero. For them, it's like, what is the program that they have to watch in the TV? Have no idea about that. And also, like, I asking them, like, almost 3 out of 4 people raised the hand about they pay their YouTube subscription to avoid the ads. So what does it mean that? Like, it mean they try to pushing away themselves to get bombarded by the advertising. So this is the era of personalization, the era that they opt in to get the communication about your brand, the era that they want to control their consumption of media, their interest, their engagement. So the thing that I want to emphasize is that this is the era of making the customer experience marketing. So you have to tie them in to opt in for your communication and make them engaging with your brand again and again. So having a good customer experience will be the new key of marketing and advertising. So this is what I so believe about this. So let's look how we're gonna do it. I show you example of some brands that is shipping away, just doing selling the products, but they try to use the digital data to make personalized product. This is example of Perso, which is the personalized skincare from L'Oreal, which is gonna launch in Europe very soon in this year.
Are you getting the most out of your beauty routine? Introducing Perso by L'Oreal, a 3-in-1 device for personalized beauty. Powered by artificial intelligence, Perso creates skincare, liquid lipstick, and foundation just for you, on demand. Plus, it gets smarter over time. How does it work? In the app, Perso leverages L'Oreal's Modiface technology to evaluate your skin. Then it assesses important environmental factors like pollution, air quality, and humidity. Perso even considers your top skincare concerns and priorities. Next, it engages its patented 3-cartridge system, using advanced robotics to dispense the perfect formula for you. Perso can even create personalized foundation using its precise shade finder tool. Want to create a signature lip? Perso can do that too. Or try color matching. Coordinate your lip with your dress, shoes, or the latest trends. So next time you're staring into your cabinet, ask yourself, could your beauty routine be working smarter for you? Now, there's an intelligent beauty device with L'Oreal's unparalleled expertise. Perso by L'Oreal.
We
Personalized
see the
beauty
trends of
comes
the
home.
products and service right now that is embracing the digital data and technology in there. And another brand, this is example of personalized coffee. I don't know whether you have experience go to Japan and you probably saw this brand. It's like Boss Coffee, the coffee that's always in the convenience store in the Japan. And they adopt that they would not be able to just sell the ready to drink products anymore. So they kind of shift the experience by using Line as a platform that people can order their coffees and pick it up from their kiosk under kind of like office building or store in close to the station. You can order your coffee from your line and then go to pick up at the kiosk. You can have personalized name, the label, and the coffee itself. So it's like everything you can order through the Line platform. And this is very special for Japanese people. They not even locked the box. But the other part that I'm gonna show you is like how you do personalized experience in the store. This is like upcoming trends on that across the O2O, using the digital with the trends on the retail and work across the applications and know, say, how you experience the store. I give you an example of this.
Online retailer Farfetch is betting it can shape the future. This is its concept store, showcasing the latest in retail tech.
How do you capture all of that fantastic information that you gather in store with customers, touch and feel products? And we created a concept called the connected rail. And this is using a combination of RFID and ultrasound. The RFID signal recognizes the product, and the ultrasound recognizes the movement. Take the product off, and then you'll start to see your products appear. And essentially, it's like online browsing behavior. Whichever products you touch and pick up in the store are automatically sent to your app. This is effectively what you've created is your in-store wish list. In the middle, you'll see essentially a hologram of the product. What the customer sees, they control the experience on a touch device. What this allows the customer to do is take elements of products and then add their own style to it. Right, so this is the connected mirror. So in this example, I see my products. I select a coat, and that's tried it, and it's slightly too big for me. So what I can do is choose an alternative size and send a request to the sales associate, and they'll bring that size to me in the fitting room mirror. You'll also see that we've got some product recommendations here. Crucially, the sales associate's able to push items into the mirror from their device. If you wanted to, you could simply use the mirror and pay and go. Your items would then be packed and dispatched to you afterwards.
The example that I want to show you that like how the current trends that is not only separate offline and online, is kind of like is merging together on the experience. And I think that is very important key of how you utilize it. Is across like utilize their mobile technology, the data come together to having the best Excel experience for your customer. And I think for today, we're going to talk about that. And the thing I want to think about how you use Line, I don't want to think about just only broadcasting material. It's not just the place that you promoting the new collections, or it's not just the place that is just push the promotion through it. But I want to you imagine that if you do Line more than just that communication, you probably can be able to connect the customer data. You start collecting the customer data, which is very valuable for your business. And then you create the experience. You learn about them more. You start personalizing their experience better. And I'm going to show you some of the reports that later on that especially on the luxury brands, people expect to get the personalized information, product, and services because they want to feel that they get treated like a special person. So this is very key. So one thing that I want to emphasize is not only the communication that Line official account can leverage your business, it can be more than that. It can be the channel for you to sell the product and services. So you can start collecting the data. You can be a channel to helping them for the services. You can make that is a special product and service on the Line official account. And if you do this, you will reduce the block rates in your Line official account. People will start kind of get your brand into their phone and try to make that more personalization. And I want to emphasize that not only Line official account that you can do, but you can gain more friends when you kind of like understand your customer. You can gain friends from many things like stickers or like advertising Line platform, or you can kind of like gain customer data. I want to show you that the thing that you have to learn about collect the data. And once you start collect the data, you can be personalized communication, which is the key for the luxury brands. And more than that, if you can connect the API, you can giving more services, more idea of like your brand can do more than just communication. And lastly, if you don't have any kind of like application or advanced technology connected, Line also have some on-shelf solution. For example, you can do like Line My Customer. It's kind of like the mini CRM in Line platform. All of this is what my experience working with big brand like banks or those kind of stuff like that. This is helping the brand to keep connection with the customer and making them to stick in it with your brand, which is we will show the use case later on in the panel and good example for doing that. So let's start how we're going to do it. I just give you two things that you probably have to remember. The two key success factor on the Line official account. One thing is utility. Make your brand's Line official account more stickiness and engaging so that you don't get the block rate, you be benefit for your customer. They will be keep coming back. The other thing is more personalization. When you start collecting the data, you can do personalization. So this is two things that I want you to remember when you go out of this conference. So let's start from the utility. When I run the workshop with many brands, I give suggestion to them that just start thinking like what kind of utilities that you're going to give to your customer. And I break down into three groups. First group is existing customer, is the current one that you have it. This is, for example, like those bank having the SMS alerts, and those SMS alerts giving you not block the brand, right? Because you get the benefits. So this is an example of how you utilize Line for your existing customer. There are so many things. I will give you some idea because we have a report on asking what people expect from luxury brands. The other thing is about the potential customer. These are so many brands are working, especially insurance and motor automotive. We utilize Line as a platform to close the sale. We capture the leads. We try to understand what type of product that they interest. We try to even doing a lead scoring, the scoring of like who is hot, warm, cold, who close to close the sale. Those kind of information is very important. And this kind of thing you can decide the Line official account to capture the data and collect the interest. We'll show you later on the panel success as well. The other part is any customer. If you think that the brand is need to get the customer closer and keeping them engaging with the brand. For example, like many luxury brands, you're probably gonna have. I saw many brands that have millions of friends, and it makes sense because like you start having a early connection with your potential customer. You grooming them, growing with the brands. This is more make any sense as well. So this is like another thing that you can think of. And I give you some example of the brand here. For example, the existing customer. This is the official account from Dior Beauty. And you can see that they have the two tab different in the rich menu, which is the first tab is products. If you is your existing customer interest to buy the product and come back to buy it again and again, you can utilize this tab menu. And the other tab menu is customer information. So you can do like those CRM program, any privileges, and the information about branch. So this is like give you the idea of how to utilize the Line official account to serve your existing customer. The other brand is Cartier. So Cartier is like having the Line official account for like shopping and also like to talk to the assistant. So this is like example of like how utilize Line to have just not only communication but have connection with your existing customer as well. And this from the research evolutions of like Thai luxury brands from last year, we kind of have done research with the luxury brands potential customer and those VVIP, and we found the quadrants that is the first quadrant is the importance of that service, and the other thing is the expectations. You can see that the top right that it create the wow experience that they expect from the online channel. For example, record of the receipt or insurance through the social media, or show the contact information of each brand so that they can contact through the web and official account. Another thing is personalized notification about new products and services in the social media. And lastly, is about showing the stock availability of each brand. So you can see that this is the benefits that your customer are looking for. And in our research, they even show that the difference of type of their prospect is differently. For example, Aspire, this is a prospect. The users is the user, and SVVIP. They range the difference of the service that they think is very high important for them. So you can see that if you break the type of your customer, you will see how would you like to engage with your customer along with the service or some of the feature that you can provide the utilities in your Line official account. I want to inspire you now, not looking just only the Line platform as a broadcasting communication, but look at how you're going to provide the benefit, how you engaging them, how you connect your customer. And this is the important key for luxury brands as well. And another example of potential customer gives you the Chanel that utilize the occasion doing the pop-up on the new product launch and asking the customer to do a registration. And doing this is mean you can capture the data, you can screening the potential customer, you can knowing them more about what they like, how they would like to engage with the brand. So this is the example of how you provide the facilities or doing the utility for potential customer. This is a MCM also doing those program that is get the tumbler and asking people to kind of like do registration, you capture data, and then you start screening your customer as well. And for any customer, I've seen many brands doing a very cool thing like Van Cleef doing their Valentine occasions, and you can kind of like save the screen and picture and send the card to your friends. Or even like Louis Vuitton doing the wallpaper screening with your signature name so that you can do it as well. So this is capture a lot of interesting, engaging, and they're willing to provide the information to you. So you start collecting the data at the same time that you engaging them, your potential customer and aspirer. So you can see the example of doing this, and I wish that you probably pick up something from today's sessions and start doing on your brands. Or even Dior doing their fortune wheels and you engaging with your customer through the fortune teller. And you can do even more on live viewer. You can do that live shows from like collections that you open in other country, but you start engaging with them. It's kind of like keeping them come back to your live official account. Another part this is very important that I say that if you start collecting the data, you can start doing personalization and do a better marketing strategy. So how we gonna do that? So that I just give you a 5 step when I'm working on the personalization. The first step is planning. So you have to think about who's your target audience and what kind of data you want. And planning is very important part when I'm doing the personalization, because you have to think what kind of data that you want to collect, and that how the collection is do the personalization on your customer content and information, and also to close sell. And from my experience working on the collecting the data, there are three different type of the data. One is demographic. So this is a very basic one. I saw many brands like doing that. But the other part is the psychological, like why they buy it, motivation buying it, what kind of style they interest. So this is a next layer that you can do more personalized and interest way of the luxury brand doing it, because I think like luxury brand is more personality. It's more about like how they would like to represent their personal. And the last one is about interaction and purchase behavior. And from my experience, when you do the collect the data, purchasing behavior or interaction is the best data that you can do a predictions. When I do on the banking, most of the data that we use to benefit the brand to do the prediction, like who is the potential to buy next product, who is the propensity to buy another product. The transactions and interaction data is more accurate than demographics and psychological. This is the important that if you can capture the real transaction, like you turn your Line official account tying with the API and e-commerce, it also mean that you start understand your customer, or you utilize Line and then you send different kind of product. For example, you have scrub, another one is hat, another one is bag, right? And then you start seeing them to interact with certain type of products. You start sending back them more information about that kind of category product. You will have a chance more to get to close the sale. So this part is mean that when you want to use the data, you probably have to exercise what kind of data that you want to collect. And that is the first thing on the planning. And the second one is collecting the data. There are so many ways of collecting the data. This is example of the Cartier doing that, the registration. And also like if you want to go to their store, you want to book appointment, they start asking some questions about what you interest. So the first is allow the consent for the contact, right? And the second one is asking about the demographics, the product interest, you see, and anything that you have any special things that you want, or any occasion that we want to buy a product. And then you just collect that data and sending them the recommend of the product at the same time when they make appointment. Is also that information sent to their store, and the store assistants can help that person when they come to present the right product for that customer. You can see that if you can design the customer experience, collect the data, and utilize that data to close the sale, is that going to be good for you guys? And even that person probably not going to close sale at the store, but you can come back to engaging with them with the same product informations that they saw in the shop, and you try to close sale after that. So I want you to be inspired about having the data collection. And then the other thing is about the segmentation and personalized communication. So once we start having the customer data, you probably can doing a little bit on the segmentation. I give you example, like I doing this with like some FMCG brand. When you do just a small segmentation, you can do segment a very simple one: low value customer, medium value customer, and high value customer. This is like your VVIP, right? And you can see that who is already registered as a member, who not registered. So in each of the segmentation, you can do different things. For example, like your VVIP, you probably want to drive more emotional connection. You're probably gonna send them to the opening event, some new collections coming. Your personal assistant probably follow this person, go to the store, send more information that important and connect to that person. But if you have the media value customer, you probably drive them on the frequency of usage, right? You probably drive them to buy the new collections every kind of like 3 or 4 months, and you try to upsell or cross sell different product type that that person used to buy that already. And low value customer, you're probably gonna more focus on just having a new buying in the year or the special occasions. And non-register, maybe you drive them to having registration with your brand, utilize the benefits of the Line official account. And lastly, about like people who not register, maybe you drive awareness and try to have a first buying experience. And who just like block or new friend, maybe you start having just awareness about the brand first. You just start engaging them with the brand first. You educate them about your brand belief. You educate them about your key product first. So that you can see that you can do marketing activities more precisely and better way of doing the marketing. So I want to inspire you that not only you have the data, but you have the data with the better marketing activities. And the last thing is that you can use this segmentation on your customized content, your offering your product and services as well. And lastly, all of this is about the optimization. Like many times I work on the data, if you utilize it and you analyze it, you will start having more understanding about your customer. And you learn it by having a new campaign again, utilize it. But anyway, I think this is kind of like of a frameworks and theory, but you will see the real one when we have a panel discussions. So like in just like maybe 15 or 20 minutes, we will show you some of the success case and panel discussion to inspire you guys to having all these kind of frameworks into your brand. And ขอบคุณมากค่ะ
Okay, so let's begin our second sessions today, which I think most of you are waiting for. A panel discussions on the topic of the line to luxury, unpacking trends and solutions in style. Please welcome Kru Oi again as she will continue to be our panel. Apologize for sorry. Continue to be our narrator for this panel talk. And additionally, we have Kun Nop Narit or Kun Sadu, Managing Director of Group C International, joining us with Kun Napat Siri or Kun Sherdam, Senior Strategic
สวัสดีครับ
Planning Manager from IMAC. Please give them a big hand and let the discussions begin.
As I promised that like this is a exciting session that we're gonna show some of the success case and we have a guest panel who gonna share some of the example that is good for inspiration and good way to utilize Line. So let me begin with the first question. I think the first question is about what are the key factor in the marketing online for luxury brands? I would like to get Kun Jerdam to share your own opinion first ค่ะ
Okay, so I think for creating the key factors for marketing online is all about creating a delicate customer journey because luxury brands all about people and what people care about is what experience is personal to them, what personal connection they have to that particular experience. So the key is to create impactful, long-lasting impression on the whole consumer experience from different touching points. So starting with awareness to communication and then engagement through contents that are interactive or content or clienteling features like one-on-one chat and our reservation service to all the way to the after service and membership. So Line can be used for many purposes, but I think the key factor is to create end-to-end journey that leaves an impression at every touching point from online to offline.
That is very good opinion about like having the whole journey string with utilize the line นะคะ How about คุณสะดือ How do you have any opinions about this?
In fact, Kun Tam already mentioned all the whole journey that it's very essential. But may I add two more important factors is visual. In terms of luxury, I think in this room, the expert of luxury and should agree that the visual is very important. The other thing is every touch point that Kun Tam just mentioned that we need to put creative into it every touch point as well.
Yeah, I think I do agree with you guys that because like in the online, the visual is very important to represent your brands and experience. So crafting that image, visual, as well as the creativity is the key to get the engaging. Could agree more. Okay. So go to the second questions is on how do you think like is differentiate from the other platform? How you decide the role for Line in the luxury brands ค่ะ And I would like to start from คุณเจอดำ first ค่ะ
So Line can create personalized, in-depth, and easy to access online merch offline experience that doesn't necessarily come with other social media platforms. And I have examples that will show three concepts that demonstrate that. So the first one is in series. What Hermes does here is that they turn their brand history into comic books, and then users will be notified when every week when the new episode comes out. So it's in sequence, they would have to read to unlock the other episodes. And then the next one is going social, something that's shareable. So what Gucci here has is the best friend quiz and trophy. So it lets the user create their passport, which basically includes their favorite look from the summer collection. And then they can share this passport to their friends, and their friend can guess like to see which friend knows them the best, and then there's a leader scoreboard at the end. So this creates like a collective experience, something that you can share with your friends. And then the last one is online merge offline. So Vans Off the Wall, if we could play the video. Oh yeah. Vans Off the Wall campaign is very interesting because before users can begin with everything, they can create their own avatar online live. And then when they enter the event, there's a line beacon that will trigger to let them know that the user's in the area. And what they can do is that they can scan and put their own avatar onto the screen. And then that's something that Line offers that I don't think any other platform has.
That is very engaging and very creative driven. So how about คุณสะดือ What do you think about the difference of Line between other social media platforms?
In fact, I've been in the business for luxury PR for more than decades. So we know that the pain point of luxury brand is we don't have social media like Instagram, Facebook, or local platform. Line is the one that can unlock everything to make the journey of the consumer is seamless. That's first things. The second thing is I think we can treat Line Official as the heart of the brand, which means you can do anything from educate audience, or you can do CRM to manage like maintenance product, or even entertaining with games that we just discussed. And if you look back 10 years ago, people always said that okay, digital cannot bring the luxury experience as the physical. Nowadays, if you navigate with the right journey, I think Line can be the luxury experience as well.
Yeah, I do agree with your inputs about like Line can be a center of engaging with your brands because like the example that Kun Jordam's giving us, I think this is a good example of you put the creativity and keep engaging and represent your brand. So like, for example, like the first example about the series that talking about the origin of the brand itself, I think this can be very interesting and keep people coming back, or this is kind of another thing that you engaging online offline, and Kun Sadu say that you can do a lot of things. I think that is a key thing that I do agree that is make the line different from other social media platform. So let's go to the next questions about what are the core of the creating potential customer online, because I think this is one of the important thing that many people probably in here is a marketer, so they want to kind of like how to attract not only the existing customer but attract the potential one as well. So can I ask Kun Jordan first ka, lady first ka?
Okay, so I think this is done, the creating the core potential customer is done in 4 phases. So the core is to integrate the first party data that we capture in phase 1. And then what we do in phase 2 is we integrate it with the brand CRM. It's called line binding. This will help us with the segmented communication, basically let us send the right message to the right people. And then it also lets us use behavior tracking as well. And then leads us to third phase, which is integrating to the e-commerce platform. So now that the users are binded in line, we now know the behavior, what they do online. For example, if they purchase or they're a member, then we can have these data and leverage those data to help with recruitment or creating lookalike audiences and identifying retargeting customers in phase 4.
Okay, I think say just helping Kun Jordan wrap up. I think just like I like the idea that start capturing the data first. As I told you that start personalization, you start have to collect the data. Once you collect the data, you start do a registration or do a CRM to collect the customer data and interest, and then you start having on that e-commerce. At the same time, and also like on the other part is that once you have that data and you have that segmentation, you can use those data to do the lookalike customer, so that lookalike customer will bring the right potential persons come back to the business again.
Exactly.
So it's not only do existing but utilize the existing data to find a right potential customer. I like the idea.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is the first party data. You
Yeah.
don't really need to go through third party to get that information. So this one, it basically lets you create lookalike that's very concise from the first party data.
Yeah, and in my input is that like because like Google say that in 2023 or 2024 there will be cookieless world. The first party data will be more important for us as a business. If you have a chance to like meet them, they will say like start collecting the data, because they not even know that what it will be effects when the cookieless were implemented. So I think this is the important thing. How about Kun Sadu? What do you think about this?
You spoke everything. So if I may add, in fact, we look at the customers. I mean, in terms of luxury, if you look back, when you speak about luxury, it's always about Bangkok rather than Thailand. If you talk about Thailand, it's always about Bangkok. Sorry. So Line, in fact, is the most popular platform. That's where we can optimize by reaching to the target audience, which is, I mean, who live outskirt or all over Thailand. ครับผม
Yeah, I do agree with that, because like when you can penetrate to nationwide, you also mean that you can penetrate to more customer, not only in Bangkok. And I think utilize the customer database that you have right now and do lookalike and expand to those potential customer in other regions. I think is a good idea as well ค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ but for anyone that you probably don't have the tools to do the CIM, actually Line also have like software, for example, like Line My Customer. So you can start collecting the data from having like My Customer, collect the survey, collect the interactions, and utilize that for personalization as well. So don't worry about the technology. I think the strategy is important more. So let's go to the fourth questions. I think what's the experience that lead to the brand love? I think the brand love is very important for luxury brands and how you can create that by utilize by platform. Can I get your opinion on that one from Kun Sadu first, ka?
If you see, this is the in the middle is it's the bag called one stud bag, which is during this time we consider on the 360 that I share with you that we want to one promote the one stud bag, and two we want to do experience for to attract Gen Z. So we do the activation cafe takeover at Fix Paradipat, which Valentino took over the Fix Cafe for 2 weeks. It's not just like touch up or cosmetic the cafe, but we do everything from design the coffee grounds called Valentino Blend to this place in particular.
Wow, it's very
So
interesting.
we invite we before we open, we commission the Thai illustrator to draw the key visual and promote as a PR. While on the line official, we use this to being like a wallpaper to download. Then we ask the KOL to do, to go to shoot the content at the cafe. Of course, when we do luxury, as always, we want to be localized. So we utilize the local KOL. And of course, there are many things that you can use local KOL to do LAP, which has more engagement. And we have more asset from KOL. While the content production, like a video that you just see, it's also the asset that we can promote online official, which is we can optimize. While when we attract the Gen Z or audience to the cafe, when they approach the cafe, they scan Line Official because that time we want to launch Line Official
So
for
you
Valentino.
gain the friends from that activity
On location
as
as
well.
well.
Oh,
Yes.
I see.
Then the luxury, we cannot give a freebie to people. So when they approach the cafe, they scan QR code to add as a friend. Then they could upgrade from the cafe from small to medium size or medium to large size. While if you go to the cafe, the first 50 can go back to the boutique at the Valentino boutique at M Quartier to collect the tumbler as
Tumbler.
well. So it's drive the foot traffic into the boutique.
Boutiques.
Yes.
I think this is a good example of the well-round experience design. So you're not only like giving in online, but you kind of like have around the lifestyle, the cafe, the KOL, how to create the experience. I think it's very interesting case from Kun Sadu.
The other thing, I think the next one, if you can see Valentino also, you will see this coming for the next year trend as well, 2024, which is more localized. This one we play just like we all know it's photo hunts that while we educate the audience about the product, and once you play the game, to complete the game during the Songkran festival, you can get like a festive card that you can personalize from to who to from who, right, and send to friends, which we has massive engagement as well.
Yeah, I like the idea of localize the brands to like the and also the game as well and the season.
And the other one that we did for Van Cleef and Arpels during the Mother's Day, which is we do like a Polaroid photo frames. Then you can insert your
photos, yeah.
your photos. Then you can pick you can pick the code, which one is fits for you. Then you can. It's more like a card, like personalized
Like
greeting
card,
card as well. Yeah, this kind of thing. I think it's if I need to wrap up, it's about 360 that is important, localized as well as localized in terms of people as well as the
personalized.
culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's interesting
ผม
case ค่ะ How about คุณจรามคะ You have any share of this?
Mine is not as elaborative as Kun Sadu, but I think this Gucci example is that I just wanted to show that you basically enter your information, you choose the preferences of what you like from their collection to create a wallpaper that is designed by you, and then you can share those wallpapers to your friends. I think to create brand love, it's very important that the customer is able to personalize or customize that journey to be able to share that as a collective social experience. And what this does is actually very good for data collection because it's very seamless, but at the same time, you also know the preferences of the customer, whether they like gloves, shoes, bags, whatever. You can tailor the messages or the push notification later on for these specific type of customers. So I think that's a very non-intrusive way to collect data.
I do agree. That's just a good example of how you collect the customer data in a very natural way. So you asking them to do personalization, but at the same time, like you asking who they are, how interest of the products, and like color they like. So you imagine that you can utilize the data to personalize communication to offer the right product to them. I think this is a very smart way of like utilize the data collections card. That's I do agree more. Yeah. Okay. So go to the fourth question. Like, what is the effective personalization for a luxury brand customer? Like, can you share some example of this? Let's start from Kunstu first, ค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ In fact, the collecting data has continued from the third question. I think when we have a lot of activation or engagement, we can see about the segmentation as well. And in fact, I'm not sure if people in this room has updated the last features of Live Official that they can change the rich
The
menu. Dynamic rich menu, which is in fact, if you are a brand, let's say a fashion brand, which is you have watches, you have fashion, you have jewelry, you have even sneakers or bags. When people engage with you in particular product, I mean, if repeatedly they do, then you can segment them. Let's say you can segment them to the watches. Then the rich menu of their personal will be watches only or jewelry only, which is it's very nice and build the brand love as well. The second thing is if you imagine beauty product, perhaps it's set it more clear. The brand engage with the audience, then you know that they purchase the customers already bought like skincare 3 months ago. When it close to come to the products finish, you got the customer got the notification to buy with the blending, let's say
repurchase the products
repurchasing
again.
product or with the promotion.
Yeah.
It's upgrade from beauty advisor to
To align
beauty
channels,
consultant,
yeah.
beauty consultant, as well as if you look back, such as I saw your example that about the customized skincare.
Yeah.
If you play you play a game or questionnaire well, let people to fill the form and update their skin type. Then BA or beauty assistant can send
Provide the
yeah,
right samplings or
the right sampling. The other example for fashion, for example, that when you pick the bags, let's say you pick the bag and say, oh, which bags fits with your ready to wear. So I think this you all guess it's from a lot of fashion brands. So you pick the bags, then you pick the ready to wear, also the commercial piece as well. So when people love, we can collect the data as well. The other example it's coming up, which is you perhaps will see very soon. One fashion brand will open the cafe in Thailand, the first one in Thailand, which when you enter the cafe, you can select the blend of the coffee select the blend, not type. Select the blend first. Then you go back to then you select the like cappuccino, the type of coffee. Then you collect the data. This is
That's
very
true.
personalized.
That's true. I could agree more. It's like this example, I think is a good way to utilize Line for personalization and collect the data. But as you say that the rich menu is one place that is kind of like your personal shelves. So I done for many banking that is like once you have a different state of the customer, your rich menu change. Like for example, if you're a wisdom customer, it's kind of like changing the rich menu. And I done with automotive as well. And also like it's the potential customer, we more focusing on like how you close the sale for the car. But at the same time, like if you're existing customer, you bought the product already, it's more like maintenance, it's more like engaging with the brand. So utilize that as the window to engaging with your customer. And that small space is very useful for your brand ค่ะ I do agree ค่ะ How about คุณเจอดามคะ Like you have any example on this?
I think this is a good example to show the effective personalization in line. So this is a BMW test drive campaign. So before the user can test drive, they have to fill out an information to reserve, and then the details will be sent to their chat room. And then after they do the test driving, they'll be asked questions about the experience that they have with the car, what they prioritize. Say, for example, some people might be into engines, or some people might be too into interiors. And what it does is afterwards, the push message that is sent to the users, it's specific to those preferences. So if you are into interiors, you will get a push notification that is about interiors. And then if it's engines, then vice versa, like also. So then I think it's about segmented messaging, that it's not for everyone. Not everyone will get the same type of message. So it's very, very personalized. And I think what this does is that for other brands that could adapt this concept is, like Kun Sadu said, from the beauty advisor, it can also empower the SA to provide better service to potential customers as well.
Yeah, I'm working currently. I'm working on the one automotive that want to transform the experience. It's the same thing. We kind of like start capturing the customer data and giving the scoring. Like if they just look at the normal information about car, they just get maybe like not that much of the score. But if they kind of like go into the detail of like comparing the products or look at how the financials like promotion is, we kind of like increase the score, and that score is will be giving to the assistant, and the personal assistant at the dealer will be able to manage the expectations and know that who is the hot warm cold, how manage to close the sale. And some of even like not ready to go to the dealership first, we kind of like start nurturing by using the line personalization to just like wrap it up and try to make them to be more warm to the showroom. So this kind of things like we seen that is a very good example of we closing the sale, and we exploring this, and we personally saw the conversion rates increasing on the performance of like having closed the sale from the lead to the customer. So I think this is a good
I think
example.
also this, like, because we've seen a lot of fashion brands and
Yeah.
beauty brands and jewelry, whatever. But I think this is also a good example to show that line can be adapted to not just in terms of luxury and just those type of products, but also like luxury cars.
Yeah.
And so like it's all about the strategy that we use,
Yeah,
the
right.
concept that we use.
I do agree that part. So let's go to the next questions. How important of the localization for luxury brands and the campaigns? I think this is a key success factor as well. So can I ask Kun Sadu about this ค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ In fact, this is very essential for Line Official. If you look back, like before COVID time, the luxury brands who already operate the Line Official has had least engagement because they use a lot of global content, which is nowadays it evolved a lot. Instead of at 100%. Nowadays, some brand allow agency or local market to adapt to 70/30s or 60/40s, which is significant. What we could do, we could consider is one is about the place that we could do. I mean, the local because it's relevant to the market, and it could drive O2O as well, drive the experience. Two, I think, is about who. Who is our KOL? Our KOL, like slide
Next one.
our KOL, which is if you see the cards that we do, normally we encourage the clients to do, the big cards because the culture of the fashion, for example, is always about full look. So when you see the square pictures like a
So
carousel,
small.
the small it doesn't give the impact. While we have the in-house programmer to program have the big cards, which has the big impact on the key visual, which is I just told you that the visual is very important for the fashion
Do
brand in
agree with that.
particular.
Yeah.
And then apart from local KOL, which is nowadays, I think if you see the business of fashion this morning, the BOF that they said Thai KOL nowadays is a regional or even global connection. Influence. So this could be another key role for Thai KOL. And then another local engagement is when you engage, when we design like a stickers, live stickers. We also commissioned the famous artist in Thailand. This one, I think, Jirayu Ku to design for Frank Muller to educate the audience about the new collection called the new novelties called Vanguard Beach.
I think I do agree. I think it's very interesting that you utilize like KOL, the collaboration with the artist, the local artist. I think it's make it relevant to the local consumer.
The moment as well, I forgot.
right.
The moment like
That's
festive
true.
season like
Songkran,
or
Mother Days,
Mother's Day, Chinese New
right.
Year. Yes.
That's interesting. How about Kunjadam Ka? You have any example of this?
So the important, like the question is about why localization is important. I think to answer that, because as I mentioned before, people want to feel connected to the experience. So if it's something that they can engage in their local language, in their culture, I think it's going to create a big impact. So what I have here is Hermes Moon Festival that was done in Taiwan. So the user can create their own kaleidoscope and then they can share with their friend as a greeting card. So this is another example. It's very successful for this festival through this launch.
That is interesting. Yeah, I do agree that the festival, the moment, the local artist of this is making in big impact for your brands. Yeah. So let's go to the next question. Like, when you see the success through on the wallpaper or sticker that you utilize that for your brand. Let's start from Kun Saduค่ะ
In fact, I think we all take it for granted for wallpaper. In fact, wallpaper can drive a lot of engagement. If you think carefully, you can do like a personalization, like initial, like what you show earlier.
The early, yeah.
Yes, and of course, stickers is always has the high engagement. I may spoil a bit. One brand who will launch the live stickers next week on the one pop-up fashion brand. Once they launch the live stickers, they will let the audience fill the form and go to the pop-up and collect the physical stickers.
Oh.
It's a kind of playful with the sticker cultures which is kind of Gen Z. So this is drive the O2O as well. It's an experience.
That is interesting example ค่ะ How about คุณจอดำคะ
Oh, this is also sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
The other thing is, I think the next year trend that you would see is the gamification as well, not just wallpaper or stickers. I think there would be a lot of creative that you could do. This is the case of Versace when they launched the collection called La Vacanza. We initiate to do like a jigsaw. Then once you complete the jigsaw, you can download wallpaper. Or you can get like an invitation to the pop-up, and then you can collect the gift from the pop-up.
Oh, that's very interesting that you bring the online to the offline as well. How about คุณโจแดมคะ
So I think for my example, I wanted to show instead of just a single touching point, which is downloading a sticker or downloading a wallpaper, this can be extended into a journey. So what Gucci did here was that they have a collaboration with artists, right? And then they promote it through the publisher, which is Vogue. And then they have the rich menu change. The customer can then select stickers to put it on the background of the wallpaper they want. And then they would end up with their own personalized wallpaper, which they can share with their friends. So instead of just having a one-stop download and then that's it, you never interact with the account
Brands.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is turned into a whole journey that's more personalized. So instead of just one touch, there's nothing you can connect to. This is it's extended.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And also, like when I work with a big brand like FMCG or those kind of brand that is very mass, actually sticker is one of the way to recruit the customer data, and it's the most cheapest way to collect the data as well. You can do like mission sticker that is like people can before they download that they can fill in some question or the form so that you can start knowing them more, screening some customer before you kind of like having engaging with them. I think it's kind of like go to the right way that you start engaging and collect the data at the same time. And the games that Kun Sadu say that I personally think that this is very Thai way of like engaging thing. We probably like more exciting about the games and engaging more. So I think design those creativity is important to get the brand engaged with the customer. Yeah, do agree,ค่ะ. Go to the next question. It's like strategy to build up conversion. I think this is like one of the important question here. That how you gonna utilize line build up the close sale or conversion ค่ะ. Can I ask คุณสะดือ first ค่ะ?
In fact, mine perhaps is not as sophisticated as yours, Kun Tam. In fact, what we did for Van Cleef and Arpels and the other case is Valentino. It's when we have the Alhambra pop-up. Alhambra pop-up, it's at the Central Embassy. Then we create like a questionnaire to let people enjoy, let's say what is the product is. Then once they complete the history of Alhambra, they could go to the pop-up, then pick up the like a plant seed. If you see this one,
And this one, right?
yes, it's like a animal, like an animal of the Van Cleef. Then you can take that and plant the seed, which is a fun thing. It's always about
nice.
storytelling of Van Cleef and Arpels.
Yeah, I think it's a very good experience on
Yes.
you designing not only in online, but it's kind of like go to offline experience to touch point.
Yes. The other one, I think many brands can do it in terms of fashion brands because this one is O2O, but it's from you playing with picking up sneakers, playing with the sneakers, then share, then you can fill the form. This campaign is during the promoting the men's takes over. Valentino is at the M Quartier. It's,
Quartier.
men and male and female.
Yeah,
But
right.
this one promote just male. Then after we launch the collection, the audience can fill the form, get the tickets, then go to the
Which said the boutique.
no they register, then they would get the tickets to go to Rabbit Hole, which is we collaborate with Valentino, convert Rabbit Hole to be Valentino bar. Then after they go to the bar, they have welcome signature drink, which is the name of the bag. Then after that, they scan or fill the, I think it's like a questionnaire or something
Survey,
like registration. Then they can go back to pick up the whiskey glass customized for Valentino.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's yeah.
Full experience. Yeah. How about คุณโจแดม คะ?
So I think it's creating conversion is all about turning online to offline to online merge offline and something that's more personalized, as well as changing the way we see Line as a traditional media platform into seeing Line as an ecosystem that you can see from the diagram that we have here is a customer journey from start to finish and how we leverage using Line for communication and engagement through clienteling features. And then that would lead to the first purchase. And then after the first purchase, we have line binding and sending personal push messages, birthday cards, or contents that only the users would like. And then that would drive them back to the store for a second purchase. And then we can send them anniversary, key moment, new product launches, product recommendation, and that could lead to a third purchase, which can be done remotely. So there's like a full loop of how we can utilize Line, not just like awareness platform, recruitment platform, but also like from start to finish, awareness to conversion.
Yeah, I like the idea of having it because like you can start collecting the data more and more. When you understand about your customer, you can decide them to kind of like come back to buy more for the second time, for the third time. So you know that what is the motivation to drive them to have a purchase to your product and services. I do agree with that. Ka. Let's go to the next one. What are some success story, either like global or Thai cases that like you do with Line? So like let's start from Kun Jordam first, ค่ะ
Okay, so for me, this is the Gucci fashion show, and it engages users in every stages of the fashion show. So the pre-show, they have a question that asks the user what they're most excited for to see in the collection in the show. And then during the show, they can watch the show live. And then after the show, they can save their favorite look into the lookbook. And then as a result of that, there's significant growth in conversion rate and numbers of followers.
Oh, I like the idea that having a live fashion shows and then
Yeah.
like you like which dresses, you just
Yeah,
like
you save
collect
it,
as a save it,
and
and then like you just
convert it at
convert it.
after.
Yeah.
So
I think
this
that's a
engages
smart way.
every
Yeah.
stage. So you hype it up with the pre-show question, like what are you most excited to see? And then during the show, you can save it.
Yeah.
After the
that's
show, you can buy it.
interesting cases. Yeah. Okay. For the next one, like yeah.
Mont Blanc. Okay, this is me. So Mont Blanc, the spirit of New York, is a game that the brand wanted to reach a younger audience. So we came up with the game that is in stages, and in order to complete each one, you need to answer the question about the product. And to actually complete the last stage, you would have to visit the store because the question would be like, how many bags, how many pockets does this bag have? So the users will have to go see the product, experience, interact with the product to be able to get the answer to the question. And then once you complete all the stages, you share with your friends, you get line points. And then this is another example of online merge offline. So you play the game online, then you go to the store offline.
Yeah, I like the idea of look like the treasure hunt a little
Yeah,
bit, and then
yeah.
like you collect the data at the
Yeah.
stage. Like you don't need to collect the whole data like
Also,
10 questions.
also, I think it's very important that it's like another clever way to introduce their new product because all the questions are about their product. Like, what kind of material do you think this is? How many ranges does this have? Like things like that. So people would be educated about their products without realizing it because they're just trying to find the answer to the question to complete the game. But it's actually like, oh, we're informing you about our new collection. Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like many brands like asking me like if I want to capture the data and asking like 10 question or 15 question and people drop off. And this is a good example of like you don't need to ask those 10 questions at the same time. It's like people would not be kind of like interested or have enough time to do that 10 questions, but like you can start collecting one or two and then like go to another state and collecting one or two, so like you get really them to immerse with the experience, and this is a very clever way of doing that. Oh, I do agree with this. Yeah. How about the other ones?
My last example is Bulgari. Oh, so well, this is a Bulgari High jewelry exhibition. So normally the exhibition is for VIP customers only. So we have this experience in line lift that users can experience the exhibition without being there, and they can experience it through VR. And there's a game like treasure hunting, and then after that, they can share with their friends. And this could also help brand reach other audiences that are not their VIP, but still making them feel like they're part of the experience.
Yeah, I like that idea because like when you do the event, right, you're just having a limited number of people who reach your kind of like experience. But this is a kind of good example that you expand that kind of events as an opportunity to offer to other potential customer as well.
But and also because Bulgari is a luxury brand, they don't want to do mass communication,
yeah.
right? So
I
they have
agree.
to be line friends. You have to be in the circle to be able to experience this.
That is very kind of like very smart, clever way to do it. How about คุณสะดือคะ What do you have any example of like doing the success story of this?
From mine, I think this one is got the highest engagement during the Valentine's. It's while engaging with creation of Van Cleef and Arpels is a lucky animal, and you can mix and match the key visual animals you like with the wording and send to friends. Instead of you can download right away, you need to send to friends first, then you can download. So the engagement is very high.
I think this one is very simple, but also like it's
Yes.
a good way to doing that. It's simple but effective way. Yeah. How about the other one,คะ?
The other one I already explained. I think it's about Valentino Fix Coffee, Fix Cafe, which is we can do the 360, which we got very high in terms of engagement and eyeballs on that.
Yeah, I do agree. This is like one of example that well-round experience design. So this is how you utilize online, offline, KOL, everything's like in one kind of like cases. So the last question. So I just only have 5 minutes, but I think this one is like, what is the trends for luxury brand in next year in 2024 for utilize live platform? Yeah. Do you have any input on this?
Okay.
Okay.
For me, I think we all have the pain point that trying to communicate to the headquarters how they could believe what activation is good for us. Nowadays, I think they're learning and they understand. Right now, I think they have the market of for line is Thailand, Taiwan, and Japan. So they learn a lot. Which is next year, what we would see first thing is I want to see, in fact, live shop.
Okay.
Brand will have the live shop because I think fashion brand is really scared to jump on the live shop. I think we can start with capsule collection or something like a Bangkok edition or Thai edition. This is the easiest way. Especially Thailand nowadays is the highlight of the Southeast Asia. They would have the regional activation. So if we have something like, let's say, beach club takeover or cafe takeover, you can sell these kind of things by live shop immediately. The other thing I think very important is the double tap of the rich menu, because why it's not just the gimmick, but I think I just spoke to you that we would have some kind of CRM program or maintenance a product, let's say like watches or bags or suitcase, how can manage. So you can fill just name, surname, numbers and the serial number of product. Then you can make appointment, which is you can like the brand popular like Gucci or Chanel that they have the queue, long queue. You can skip the queue as well. This is very I think it's very
like that
important.
idea. Yeah.
Yes, and on top of that, I think localize, it's very important for next year as well. Gamification would play a key role as well. O2O, you will bring a lot of things to come to line. And on top of it, I think it's come to both of you is fully data driven, which means I think we need to, let's say, keep the audience, the customers, potential customers in the live ecosystem to collect the data.
That is interesting point. How about คุณจรัมคะ?
So I think, like I've mentioned before, we will have to see line as an ecosystem, like Kunsuda just mentioned, and have the conversion online itself, like Line Shop or Line Live. Because then we can collect the data and optimize how we engage with our customers. And then the second thing is turning a single touching point and extending it into a journey with clienteling features like one-on-one consultant or boutique reservation, things like that. And I think now that we know what Line is capable of and how we can leverage and utilize it as a tool, I think it's gonna evolve into something that's really exciting, that creates one-of-a-kind experience that I don't think any other social media platform offers right now.
Yeah, I do agree with both of you. I think trend of next year, as you mentioned, that collecting the data is very important. And from my opinion, working with many platforms, the advertising spending that you're going to be increased because like more spend that's pushing to the platform more and more on the advertising ad. So I think collecting the customer data is one of the important key that you can starting having your own relationship. You have the engagement, your customer, more segmentation on that, and your spending effectiveness will be better. The other thing that we kind of see across is about personalization. You can see that it's very important that people would not want to see the ad. They want to be more kind of like in the right moment, right offer. So I think Line provide that kind of personalization without doubt that. And I think the third one is about the customer experience. Like across of three of us, we show you the case that is not just one single of the campaign, but you can see that it's like you starting have awareness of your collections, bring them to the Line official account, engaging them with some activities, and then collecting the data and do personalize to close the sale. All of this is the full loops. And I think that how do you do the brands and marketing better in the world that is like fragment the media. So you have to be very particularly design the experience so that it save your money budgets and you get the right customer to talk with. So I think that is kind of like the whole thing. I would like to thank you both of you on the sessions and sharing us on the very useful success cases and interesting point. Thank you very much, Ka.